brings the laughter, keeps us rolling along. David's in the corner, sipping soda with a grin. Dustin's got the stories, let the chaos begin. Take a breath, we're here to unwind. Even when it's crazy, it's a good time. Calm down, it's fine, take it step by step. We're sitting on the couch, laughing with the missteps. Cam, David, and Dustin, guiding our ride. Embrace the absurd, let the good vibes collide.
Welcome back to the Calm Down It's Fine podcast. Got the boys together.
At some point, At some point, I will take back my welcoming remarks.
I waited. No, time out because I waited. I literally waited.
Dude,
I was like, he's out of practice.
I yielded.
He's out of practice.
It would feel awkward if I did it now.
It wouldn't feel awkward. Here, give it a shot. Give it a shot.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Calm Down It's Fine.
All right, time. No. Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. Try not to watch TV while you do it. Why don't you pay attention? The viewers need to feel like you're locked in right now.
TV's not on.
You're just staring at the wall.
Huh?
Like Dustin just did.
No, I'm looking at my second screen.
Ooh.
Oh. Nice. Anyways, good to see you guys. I saw Dustin tonight. David, I want to apologize. I would have loved to come hear Sam Gipp at your church.
Yeah, we had Sam Gipp, man.
But it was so short notice. Monday, I had stuffing, and Tuesday, my in-laws came, and so it was going to be hard for me to get out of the house.
Yes,
and I just didn't want to see you.
It wasn't. It wasn't super advertised. It was kind of like on a whim thing. Like Pastor was just like, "Hey, we should have you come in." He's like, "All right." So we'd only really known for like the last probably 3 weeks.
Oh, cool.
Or at least. That's like as far back as I can remember Pastor mentioning it was 3-4 weeks ago. But no, it was good. We Sunday, Monday, Tuesday had Sam.
Did he do did he do his like Bible thing? Or did he just preach? Because he does it like he did his like Bible Defense of the King James Bible 3-day seminar thing.
No, he didn't do that. He just preached. He did talk about the Bible. Last night he preached. Which, you know how Sam Gipp gets. Sometimes it could be 40 minutes and sometimes it could be 90.
Yeah.
And, but he did talk about the book of Job, which was it was like long, but it was super, super interesting. And he was it was like, what did Job and his friends believe at that time? Because when the book of Job was written, Moses was like 20 years into his 40 years the backside of the desert stuff. So like Job and them didn't have a Bible. So he went through like everything that Job and them believed and how it lined up with our beliefs, but they didn't have a Bible. And then at the end he turned it all over and was like, how would you explain to Job one day that you had the actual words of God written in a book? Because Job says in the book of Job, he talks about how he wishes it could be written in a book.
Yeah.
And we have a book that are the words of God. And he's like, how would you explain to Job one day that God did give you a book, but you don't read it? And I was like, man, this is good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I bought like 6 books. So
What'd you buy? Are they on the bookshelf behind you?
No, 4 of them are. I bought 6. I bought 4 books. I bought the 3 answer books that he has.
Yes, I only had the first one.
Yeah, I bought the 3. I bought this Satan's Devices, which is a book by Aaron Cowgill, a biblical neurobiological perspective on what impact that too much screen time can have on our minds and bodies. And then I bought another book that's written by Aaron Cowgill, but he didn't have it, so he has to mail it to me, called Thou Art Mad. And it's like a neurobiological biblical
he went
look
to
at...
Ohio. He went to Ohio State.
Oh, all right. Well,
he's your age.
These books.
He's your age. He's a pastor. He's pastoring have you ever heard the pastor? He's on the streets of Michigan. Um, the he was like a crazy old guy. You would know exactly what I'm talking about if I could remember his name. But anyways, Aaron took over his church. It was
Okay.
like a mission type church in Michigan.
Okay.
Like but yeah, it's a good. He's a good guy. He's probably 30, 31, 32. I've met him several times. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I've not met him, but I ordered this Satan's Devices and then Thou Art Mad, and then the last book I ordered, which which is getting mailed to me, is Truths Seldom Taught.
From Aaron.
I can't remember if that one's from Aaron,
I
if that's
always
from
I always forget his last name.
Cowgill.
Calgill. His dad's a pastor too.
Yeah, so bought a bunch of books. I'm kind of excited to get it. I have to finish the book I'm reading now before I start these though, or else I'll never finish it.
I'm not doing good with reading.
I am a bad reader. Like I'll read my Bible, but then it's like
Good.
It's touch
Dustin-
and go, but
Dustin, what are you doing right now?
I'm trying to make something wonderful.
he's been all right. So he's been on a creative journey since I showed him something. And Cameron, I'm going to show it to you.
Show him the thing. Show him the
I'm
thing.
going to show you the thing. So I got a board today. So
A board?
I got no, I just got bored. Just
Oh.
bored today. And I had some time. So I wrote and put together well, I got words together, and then with the help of AI, I had it turned into a song because I was just bored. And
Mia, stop, baby. Mia,
so
stop.
this is a song I call "Just Friends in a Room" that is inspired by the podcast. Could be a theme song. Could be. Just friends in a room.
Woke up this morning, coffee's too hot. Had an idea, what if we got some mics and some headphones, hit record on the spot. No agenda, no clue, yeah, that's what we got. We're just friends in a room, pressing play, saying things we might regret someday. No experts here, we just talk all day. It's the podcast you love that just gets in the way. Forgot the research, lost all the notes.
That is us.
One's eating chips, another just emotes. We interrupt often while ideas just float. Just some rambling voices who haven't learned the ropes. We're just friends in a room, pressing play, saying things we might regret someday. No experts here, we just talk all day. It's the podcast you love that just gets in the way.
I'm about to say a third verse. Wow.
Yep. So I just been
The
goofing
only
around.
part I don't like is the podcast you love that gets in the way.
I mean,
Yeah, it does.
it does get in the way.
It gets in the way.
Overflow.
Yeah.
Overflow.
Dude.
So- I created my own soundboard.
Did you really?
You did not create me to worry.
So-
Oh, that's rich.
oh man, yeah,
Have you talked to Harry?
yeah. I was trying to get Harry. Just I guess to let everybody know, the past like 2 or 3. I don't know. Has it been 3 weeks at this point, or 2 weeks? But the past couple weeks, I've been trying to get Harry back on the podcast since we've been doing it remote more often, and he said he's interested. However, last week recording didn't quite work out, and tonight he is flying back from North Carolina home, so he was not able to record tonight. But I am trying to trying to get the Harrison Moore back on the Calm Down is Fine podcast.
Harrison Moore on the podcast.
Yeah.
Harrison Moore.
Moore. Trying to get Harrison Moore on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin, what are you doing, bud?
I'm trying to make a theme intro video.
He
like
was
you would for a TV show.
he was
David, that was good writing. How much of that did you write?
most of it. The second verse for sure. And then the beginning was kind of
I thought when you said one is eating chips and the other emotes, I think you should have said the other guy a Coke or whatever. Like they're drinking while podcasting.
Well, not drinking. We
Maybe
did
this guy.
did an episode on
He
that.
is slipping.
Also,
I tell you what, you have 2 kids. I mean, anything's open.
I have something to show you guys though. So one of the bedroom upstairs we've been converting into a nursery because we just hit the 3rd trimester and I'm procrastinating. So
That's what your wife said, I guess.
well, so we've been getting
Well,
we've been getting the nursery together, built the crib and the dresser and all this other stuff. I've been cleaning out the closet, like getting it empty because all the baby stuff's going to go in the closet. And I found something from years and years and years ago that I was excited to find. I found a Nintendo 3DS.
dude.
So, if you guys see me looking down, it's because you got boring and I'm playing Pokemon.
Oh my goodness. Did you charge it?
Yeah, dude. I was like, dude, I haven't seen this thing in like 10
That's
years.
amazing.
So like I plugged it in, was like, let's see what's going on. I charged it, turned on. I was like, wow. So I found that like 2 days ago. And I was just like, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I never had one of those. I had a one of those portable PS
I never had that. I always had a DS. But
PlayStation.
the PSP
Oh,
was
the
cool.
PSP? Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that thing was legit. Like
Oh,
it was
I had a-
literally
You know
I had
the
a friend in school
replacement
that
to
had
that is
one.
now is this.
what?
Hold on.
The Nintendo Switch is pretty cool now, right?
They
Yeah,
are, but
but-
the Steam Deck is even cooler.
Well, Sony came out with like another portable like PlayStation thing. But it looks crazy.
But I'm telling you, I was like, it was actually Meredith. Somehow she got one, and then we would all use it. But I ended up with it. I bought it from her or something. But it was bad. Oh wow!
I think it's bougie.
What is that? Steam Deck?
It's called a Steam Deck, yeah. So you can play like PC games like anywhere.
Yeah, but I feel like when I was 12, 13, 14, 15, that PSP was above its time because it was
Oh, yeah.
really. I mean,
Oh,
like
for
They do a
sure
lot.
it
I mean,
was.
it was
pretty
bigger
amazing.
than this. You know what I mean? And it was fun, and it had a good joystick,
Yeah.
and it was good clarity. Like it was.
They were
it was impressive.
definitely. I always wanted one. I had a DS. I thought the PSP was cooler. But
But you were poor.
we were poor.
Yeah, that's why we had one to share.
Yeah, now the new PlayStation thing is called a PlayStation Portal. And it is
Throw that up on the screen.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what that looks like.
I have not
That's
actually
the-
seen this.
It's like actual controllers.
Yeah, it's like a big screen in the middle of a controller.
That's cool.
And it's what it does is it like I guess it like connects to your PlayStation, so you don't actually download anything to it.
It's all like cloud gaming.
Yeah,
I
so like
guess.
it just anything that's on your
So-
PlayStation is on that thing, so you could take it like wherever.
But you'd
and
have
it's
to
only-
be connected to the internet, I would imagine, for that to work, right? So
Yeah, I think so.
That might be a.
Yeah.
That's what the Steam Deck I feel like is better because you can physically download the games to it, and then you can take it anywhere. You don't need to be connected to anything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
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 David, you know that I did find out this week not to change the subject, we had some good stuff there. But that the lady who was pregnant in that car wreck, they
Oh
delivered the
yeah,
baby that night, and the baby lived.
that's
Wow.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
how did you get that? I've been wondering what the follow-up was.
Dave,
How did
so
you?
David Miller, not David Miller. Yeah, David Miller was one of the paramedics, like one of the firefighter guys.
Yeah.
I've known him for years, and he showed up on the scene, and then I saw him at Apple Scrapple, and he had got that information.
Okay. Wow.
So
Do you know
That's
how
good.
the
That's awesome
other
to hear.
people are doing?
everyone lived, everyone's fine.
Wow, that is a miracle.
Yeah. So they were just being wimps.
Yeah.
You're being a little dramatic with all this blood in your eyes.
And
Maybe you should put
lungs.
your guts back inside you. Be
Yeah.
a man.
A little dramatic, not breathing for 3 minutes.
Yeah, man, get your life together.
Come on, guy.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that for sure.
Yeah, you know what? I was too, because I was holding this lady's hand and lying to her if this child died. Because I'm telling her, I'm like, your baby's fine. I can feel it moving. You're totally fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be. And I'm like, but I thought about it many times, like, if she has any clarity later, she's gonna be like, you lied to me. My kid died. So I'm glad that the baby lived.
Yeah, no, that's good news for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Before Delaware's getting their butts handed to them by Jacksonville State. But that's fun. Anyways, how's it going, fellas? David, how you doing? Besides Sam Gipp coming in,
good.
what do you got
Man.
going on?
Just been,
How's your life? How's your wife? I saw her a few weeks ago.
yeah, that was crazy. I had no idea that was what was gonna happen.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see her. I was walking,
Oh my god.
Mhm.
and Jeremy, by the way, your brother-in-law,
Mhm.
the night just I've met him before, but like he was the nicest dude. He was so nice.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Super
So-
nice, super complimentary, like unnecessarily, but he was very nice, very kind.
Yeah, he really loved you guys too. He said
Oh, he could hear us.
well, he went home. He went
To
home.
be with
and
the
was
Lord.
telling- no, he went back to Georgia and was like
Eh,
telling
That's where
Kristen,
the devil is.
my sister-in-law. He was telling her. He's like, you forget how good the Manarazzis are until you hear them in person, and then you're like,
Oh, I've never heard that. Believe me.
No,
I've
he
never
was-
heard anyone
he
say
was-
that.
he was like super. He was like super into it. I think he was talking about talking to Brother Edward down there
This
and
is
seeing if
so
you guys
hard.
would come in and sing for him.
Look, I'll tell you
Um,
one thing. That's very flattering. That's nice of him to say. But here's the problem. Here's what happened there, dude. So we went to
I
this.
heard about the mic
we went
fiasco.
there, and we were at this church. For everyone who doesn't know, we were at First Bible Church in Staten Island. Not Baptist, but Baptist. It's been,
Cameron's a
King James.
compromiser.
Yeah,
Cameron's a
not
compromiser.
not the first time I've heard that. First time I've heard that there was any talent involved in our singing. Not the first time I've heard that I'm a compromiser. But yeah, so they were having Staten Island Bible Church was having, or First Bible Church was having their 50th year anniversary.
Mhm.
So they scheduled us a year ago, which never, that's like, when
Which
someone's,
wasn't that
Go ahead.
church started by Mel Sabaka,
yes,
who
And
is
Pastor
also
Beach.
Mel Sabaka is the guy who led Sam Gipp to the Lord,
crazy,
right?
crazy.
That is
Yeah,
nuts.
I believe that's true. It was another guy. I'm sure you got the name right. But so they're having 50th year anniversary. They didn't really, they booked us a year ago, but they didn't really disclose really any information. We're just like, yeah, sure, it was Saturday and Sunday meeting, whatever. So when we get to the hotel, we heard it was a banquet on Saturday morning at 11. Which I'm like, that's an odd time to have a banquet.
Hmm.
I had no idea this was gonna be a 600-person venue
Yeah, like
banquet.
apparently
Five-
everybody I've ever met in my life
Five
was
courses, waiters in tuxedos, and we walk in the hotel we're staying at, and we walk in this humongous conference room, humongous ballroom. It's a ballroom. They hold all the proms there in the area.
Mhm.
I'm like, what? And we obviously were dressed, but I was like, So it was just huge, and they have a full schedule, and then we're singing two songs, in the middle of it on Saturday. So it was fine. We get up, people are eating. They don't like all the kids from Staten Island because from coming to camp and stuff. I know them. Brother
Hmm.
Sampson was there. Brother Ryman was there. There was a lot of other people that I knew, but their church had never heard us. They had heard of us. So we're there. We get up, and they're all eating, and they're all having. They had testimonies before us. Their choir, everyone's loving it. So we get up, and I'm like, all right, you know, this is we're just kind of here. This is your 50-year anniversary, and we're gonna sing some songs about Jesus here.
Right.
It was fine, but the pastor's son, who is in his 40s, 50s, I'd say, he
Justin.
was just yes, Justin.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah.
He wanted us to sing a song with him. So we practiced in the room before. He sent it to us, but he gets up to sing and his mic isn't working. And so and they didn't set up the mics on the stand. 600 people, and he gets up there with his guitar. His mic's not working, and the guitar mic's not working. And so he's trying to talk, and then he's hitting the mic. Excuse me, hello, hello, not working. So I take that mic, give him my mic. My mic stops working. I take Kayla's mic, give it to him, and nothing was working. So we had to end up going down, getting the lapel. I gave the lapel to Kayla. Kayla ended up just going and sitting down because it was me, Kayla, and Kenzie singing with him. She just went and sat down. It was like a 5-minute thing, and I start talking, like trying to. I'm like, trying to make it.
fill the space.
It
Right.
was pretty awkward. I felt bad for him. Everyone knew it wasn't my fault because I'm the guest and I'm just here. Like, I don't
Right.
know why your mics aren't working.
Uh,
He sings a song whenever we get down. And so the next day, and it was good. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that this is setting
this
up
is
for
what
this
a
next
thing
story.
that happened. Right.
Right. It was the big Mike saga. Next day, they have the service in the same building because their building won't hold the amount of people that were there. There was over 500 there for Sunday. And they have a great choir, great singing, great orchestra, testimonies, congregational singing. All right, the manner, and he's talking us up, and I feel bad because again, he's talking us up. He's trying to,
Don't you love it
and
when people do that?
it's like it's like I get it. This is what I would do. I would do that too. I would talk someone up and whatever, but it really puts pressure on you because again,
Because
you're here.
at the best, in the best case scenario, all you do is what everyone expects you to do.
Yes, sing songs
like,
on key.
Yeah, they're so
whatever.
awesome, and even if it's the best you've ever sung, everybody's like, "Wow, he was right,"
Yeah.
and that's it. That's all you get. That's
Right.
all-
Right. So we get up there and I start talking and my mic is not working. Like I walk up on stage and immediately start saying, um, you know, hey, we are so thankful to be here. Cuts in and out, not working. I'm like, and it kept doing that. And I was like,
It's like,
I said, I had said when I first got up there, I said, look, we could stop having church right now and we could go home and I would say we've been fed and it's been blessed to be here. And it started cutting out and it kept cutting out. And then I made a joke and I said, when I said that we might have to just stop, if we stopped right now, we might have to stop right now and just be done. And everyone laughed. So that was my first, like, okay, that was good. Well, nobody's mics were working for the whole thing. And I'm talking and I'm like, all right, they got me another mic. I grab that. It's not working. I tell the girls, check your mics. It's not working. This is like 2 minutes. And I'm making jokes and I'm talking. I'm like, it's fine. We'll get it. We'll get it. And then I said, you know what? We're just going to do it without mics. And mom just started playing. We sang one song, like two mics were working. And we're all like huddled in together singing. I'm like, guys, but nobody, and if they listen to the podcast, that's fine. I'm like, but it didn't seem like it was going to be fixed by anyone. Like, no one was, so I'm just standing up there with these mics. And then so I get the lapel. I go back down and get the lapel from the pastor. Come up, give that to Kayla because she's singing a part next, and she starts giving a testimony, and you can't hear her. And I'm like, oh Lord, this is. And so finally we have found like two mics, and we basically sang on their anniversary Sunday, and they brought us in to sing, and we sang three songs, and we used two mics, and it was a humongous room. Like I'm sure they couldn't even hear us in the back, but
Yeah, no,
I felt bad.
Nikki.
I felt bad, but I felt bad, but it wasn't our fault. But
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, Nikki
what do I
said.
do?
Nikki said they had a good time. Jeremy really enjoyed you guys. They were in New York not for the anniversary dinner. They were up there for a hair thing.
Yes, like a show or something.
Some hair show thing, and they needed a church to go to while they were up there. And I was like, well, it just so happens I have a lot of friends that live in Staten Island, so I got them the information, and they went to the thing, and I had no idea because Dustin was telling me that you guys were out of town for the weekend, so he was like, hey, we should play a game or hang out or something like that, and I was like, yeah, sure, my wife's out of town too, so I'm free. And then we found out that our wives were going to the same place. So,
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, Nikki ended up holding Kingston for about 20 minutes and feeding him
yep. So that's
because we were
good.
supposed to sing, and he told me, like, you're singing after this or after the like in the schedule. And so we were all standing in the back, and so when that happened, I went and asked Nikki to hold Kingston, and then we did not sing after that.
she said she was
It
like
was
sitting in the
like
back holding him.
30 more minutes, and I was like, we held the bottle, like we held the bottle for when we went up there. So, but like she blew through that bottle in 10 minutes, and it was like now Kingston's just sitting there like, and she's just standing over there with it. And I'm like, well, I guess we prematurely.
No, she
did that.
she texted me. She was like, "I'm holding Kingston right now. He is such a cute baby." And I was like, "Huh?"
She got to know him too
Good.
well because it was half of her life. But I walked back up and was like, go sit down.
She owes you guys though, because you had to put Kaysen in the grass to save Nikki's life. So Kaysen got put in the grass for Nikki. So Nikki
Laid him there.
Nikki has to hold Kingston.
I think there's something wrong with him because of that. I don't know what I could have. Yeah, I think he got a bug.
Dustin, did you finish what you were doing over there?
It's gonna take a long time, so it's on the back burner for right now.
All right,
Well,
fair
at
enough.
least you
But I tried
sat
my
there
best.
quiet. At least you sat there quiet for 25 minutes.
Hey, me and David talked for like 20-something minutes before you hopped on here.
I don't
buddy.
know why you didn't record.
Because we
We're
thought
waiting for
you
you.
said
We
said
thought-
10.
do it. Just hit the button.
Time and time
Alright.
again, you said 10, and then after 10 you were like
Time.
10:15, and I was like, well, we can wait 10 minutes. That's not that big of a
Just
deal.
do it.
But we didn't wait 15 minutes. We waited 22. So I'm used to it because anytime Dustin says he's going to be anywhere, he's an hour and 15 minutes late. So
That's
really,
true.
you're
I
crushing
did,
the game.
did good though,
You did, Dustin. Did you
Dustin
talk tonight,
did good
right?
news.
huh?
You
I
taught
did
tonight, right?
for the Masters clubs.
We started Masters Clubs last week.
This is like a golf thing. You're teaching people
Yes.
how to golf.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. This seemed like a good crew there, Dustin. Was probably around. That was a good crew.
There's probably like 15.
What is Masters?
Kids or so?
It's like a Awanas.
It's like Awanas,
Oh, okay.
but for real
It's a-
Christians.
it's done by
It's-
Milford. It's done by Milford. The people who do bearing precious seeds.
Okay.
Is it bearing precious seeds? Yes.
That's
Milford.
cool.
Milford,
You
Michigan. I
started
think,
that
yeah.
tonight? Or
We started last week. Yeah, it's like a kids
Okay.
program for the kids who aren't teens. It's like 3 to 12.
Yeah.
But Dustin, they had like they have like a lesson to start, and Dustin taught the lesson or whatever. So, anyways,
I did.
So you guys want to get into the topic here?
sure.
Yeah.
I
Cameron
mean, I can
texted
lead
us.
into it. Yeah,
Cameron
yeah.
texted
Well,
us
I
and
was
said
talking.
that he wanted to talk about something specific.
Something
So
that was
what-
really a burdening his heart.
Well, it's not a burden, but it would be a burden, and it would
Yeah.
be a game changer if I had to be a part of one of these.
Yes.
So the guy I was working in a house today,
Secret Society.
and he was the president of his homeowners association thing,
Dun dun dun.
the HOA, and he's telling me like these horror stories over the years. Like he has to have all the people in the neighborhood have to send him their checks every 3 months for all the upkeep of the neighborhood and all the like if they're going to put a fence in or if they're going to get the middle turnabout thing mowed. You know what I mean? Someone's got to pay
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
The lights, whatever, all this. So like he's talking about all the paperwork for all the government write-offs, and he's on the thing for the bank, and he has, he has to put all the money in the bank, and he has to have trustee, and he's just talking about it, and he was telling just
Sounds
for years
miserable.
he's had whatever, but um, yeah, I was just thinking about HOAs and how it's an infringement on our free society.
No
Yeah.
doubt. I've never heard anything but a negative
Yes.
connotation with HOAs. So when you said that, I Googled HOA fun facts, and the first thing that popped up was like 92% of people are happy with their HOA. And I was like,
I did
I was like,
a
no.
bunch of research
That was
before
written by
you
a
guys
bunch
came
of
on.
HOA
and I was like, this
presidents.
has to. I was like, yeah. I was like, this has to be by some HOA guy because, that's they said. But it also said there's like something like 8,000 HOAs a year are being created, which
I have some statistics at some point we can get into on HOAs.
Give
Yeah,
it
it's
to
pretty
us.
nuts.
Hit 'em. Yeah,
It's
hit
pretty
'em.
nuts.
Look, I just have some I just saw an Instagram story of this guy getting like he drives his Jeep past this car, goes into a ditch, goes back into the road sideways, gets out, and runs up to this car. We're used to listening in our neighborhood. And the caption was, "This guy's the final boss of HOA."
There's a lot of funny videos, but there's a lot of stuff that I did research from the time I got home from church until the time we started recording, and even then I was still doing some. So I tried to get stuff that I thought was pretty interesting. I tried to be a good Brian and get some. I'm glad you caught that and get some research in. So here's something that's really wild.
Say that.
If we're talking new construction, homes that are being built right
Yeah.
now, between 82 and 84% of those on a yearly basis are HOA housing.
Yeah.
So that is almost the entire percentage or the entirety of housing being built in the United States is in some kind of an HOA.
I
There
cannot do
are
it.
Oh, for sure.
74 to 77 million people living in the U.S. that are in an HOA. Now, which is 22%.
Are these?
Which is
is
pretty
this
high.
The equivalent of a Shabbat?
What?
Isn't that what the Jews have? Their little communities.
Do
I-
they have to pay for it?
Yeah, it's like a little communist community. Where
Oh,
they
like
all
the
put their
Amish?
money in it.
I think it's ridiculous that you're being forced into something that you have to pay into.
Yeah, like.
How much are the like Dustin? What are the? I didn't mean to.
So
that
the
was supposed to be something you guys got and laughed at and moved on.
No, I
So
didn't
had to
understand
explain
it at all. So I was trying to. I was
It was
trying to.
supposed to be
I
like
didn't
a.
get
It was
it.
supposed
not
to be
Jewish.
Kaka,
I did
kaka.
not get it.
Not a. All right, let's talk about Shabbats now.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's do it.
Speaking of which, I got a lot of Candace Owens notes. If you want to
No,
get into
stop.
I want to do a whole episode
handle.
on Jews.
Yeah, we can.
that. All right. Well, that's either gonna get us paid or canceled.
I'm also in a talking about flat Earth kind of mood. So at some point, I'd like to just go off the rail on
All right,
that.
let's stick to this.
I know. No,
this
listen.
racketeering.
So, I had the average pulled up somewhere and then I lost it. But
For how much it costs?
the average cost of the HOA fees per month is like 200 and something bucks a month, I think.
Which is
Which is crazy. But the state that has the highest median HOA,
Let me
the
guess.
average, huh?
Go ahead.
New York.
I was gonna guess Connecticut.
I was going to say Connecticut,
get-
New Jersey.
It's not as astronomical as you would think, but it's still pretty crazy. Guess how much
Well,
it is
watch
per
your
month.
language. And
That took me too long to understand. I mean, what are you talking?
I had to run through the whole sentence again just to find out.
Pretty trinomical. That
If
Trinomical.
all right, just all right. We're gonna do Price is Right rules. Cameron, how much do you think it is per month?
And what? What are we talking about?
This is New York.
The-
New
oh,
York.
the
They have
average.
well, it's on average because average. There's too many outliers. If you were like,
So this
you
is
can have.
across the board.
This is the median. Median is different in how they calculate it. So you have average and you have median. Median
a
is
month
you
or
take-
every 3 months.
It's a month. Every month.
I don't know. I'd say 250.
This is the most expensive state.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. 250,000 a month.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'll
That might be a
go
little high.
500 a month. 500 a
All
month.
right.
I was gonna guess something like $425.
$739
Oh
a
my
month.
goodness! For what?
And
What are they doing?
Isn't
What is
that
your HOA
insane?
doing,
Isn't that insane? That's
They're-
ridiculous.
Oh,
You understand?
dude? For $750 a month, dude. If
What does
dude,
that cover?
the president of the HOA better walk my dog
That is about-
and,
that is
and
about-
put out any fires.
He better-
$10,000
he
a
better
year. $10,000
No, and that's
a
no
year.
taxes. That's no taxes.
No, that's not even taxes. That's just paying for
The-
HOA fees.
The
He better
president,
be
they
the
can
one
tell you
coming
what
to my
color
door
to-
when
to
I say
paint your
I'm out
fence.
of toilet paper. He better show up at my
Bro,
door
he-
and say,
dude,
"Here's a roll."
and his
Isn't that
his-
crazy?
dude? His family is making me a steak dinner. Like what?
3 times
You know,
a week.
you want to know something amazing?
And
So
it's in New York.
HOA, yeah, in New York, HOAs don't. They're not even a statistic for other countries because they're almost non-existent. We're the only
Because
country
it's dumb.
in the world in which this
you
is
know,
a
by
thing.
the way, pause. This system works where Dustin does the researches and me and David just react.
The system does not work or does work.
Where he does
This
the
does
the work.
Okay,
Yeah, this
that's
is
fine.
Dustin
This is
does good at
this is
research,
what I can
And then
let
me-
my tism really shine.
and then me and David just react because you get really excited when you're about to throw these out.
Well,
and
I
I get
do.
really excited not having to
Because
research.
I have something for the tism to do. So
$750
it's,
is
isn't
dumb.
that crazy?
And the only
I-
the only major benefit that I can think of for HOAs is that, and this isn't even for all HOAs, but the only thing I could potentially consider buying my way into an HOA is that I would no longer have to cut my grass. That's the only benefit I
some
can think of.
no. Listen.
I don't think
some
that's
HOA
necessarily-
it's mixed. It depends on what
Yeah.
the rules and the bylaws are for the HOA. Some of them are it's either included in the fees or you might have to pay an extra fee. Like because most HOAs, if they do have someone like a landscaper cut the grass, that you can't use any landscaper you want. It's got to be one landscaper that does
Yeah.
the entire community, and you can either buy into the contract at like a discounted rate or something like
Yeah.
that.
because
But
yeah,
some HOAs do make you cut your own grass, and there was one I found.
See, I'm
Where's
way
it at?
too petty for that kind of
I
stuff.
want you
you
to-
really read up on this, Dustin.
I
You
did
got
a
into
lot
the
of reading on it.
into the nitty gritty.
I watched like an hour's worth of videos while reading other stuff. So I
He
did a good
actually
job.
bought his way into an HOA.
Are you
That's
getting
how-
paid? Are you
No.
getting paid?
He's
No,
all
I
the
just
way
wanted
in.
to come prepared. As a side note, when I went to BLC, which is a sergeant school for
Okay.
it's a leadership school for the Army, you have to do an occupational brief on a country of your choosing, meaning like you have to give information what the Army would deem as necessary in order to operate within the confines of that country. And it's supposed to be an 8 to 12-minute brief. Do you want to know how long mine was? 17 minutes. Because I had so much information and I had to talk so fast.
Autism.
Yes. And when I was done, he's like, I'm not even gonna knock you any points for going over time because you talked so fast, but it was so clear, and I feel like I have lived in this. And I did Belarus, and he's like, I feel like I've lived in Belarus for 20 years after hearing everything you talked about.
Well,
So
that's the next episode.
anyway, well,
This is why-
it's a,
this is
it's
why-
a very sad country. It's
This
very
is why you
sad.
have-
All right, listen.
This is why you
gonna
have
be
Dustin
your
teaching
face.
masters.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on.
going to be your face
Stand by.
on this screen alone, just talking about Belarus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't bring that up. We don't want to. We don't want to see Belarus right now. What are you doing? What's he doing?
I don't know. I don't trust it. He got distracted. That's the
He's got to
problem.
do something with a dog.
No, I have to shut this door.
Okay. No,
I'm being too
HOAs.
loud.
100%. I couldn't buy into an HOA. It's the most ridiculous thing I think I could.
All right.
Well, you don't have a choice if you go to if you buy it in that community. You have
Yeah,
to
no.
be
The
part of
choice
it.
is I'm just not going to live there.
So, what are some benefits of the HOA? I guess like changing.
So
the
benefits are
streetlights.
obviously well. It's a lot of times.
You know what
communities
benefit I can think of is a pool, like a big
Yes, a
community
lot of them
pool,
have,
something like that.
Yeah, so the nice HOAs, they have community amenities that help, like What's
just
what's
bought
the
a
word I'm
pool.
looking for?
I
They
know,
like
I
market.
know.
I just,
What?
What'd
What'd you say?
It's a free market, brother.
I just got my own,
I have my own pool.
Yeah.
and I don't
share it
have
with
to. I don't have to share it with anyone in town.
Well, not everyone can be so rich and white.
Not
as
everyone
you.
has a wife that has a good job.
Well,
Yeah,
who's that?
$400
That's your
fajitas.
fault.
You know,
Then.
we can't all live that kind of dream.
Well, whose fault is that?
When
He married her for money. I married my wife for love.
Hey man,
when David came to our youth rally, he pulled up in the Bronco, and I was like, across the parking lot
yeah.
in front of God and everyone. I was like, with the megaphone, I was like, must be nice to be rich, and he said, it is. Anyway, so this is an interesting thing. So there's I have 10 crazy rules in homeowners associations, and I have a couple other lists that have similar. Some of these are like, okay, I kind of.
I wonder if my biggest concerns are going to make their way onto this list because there's some that I've heard.
Some of them
and I'm
might.
like,
these are kind of absurd. This one I actually feel like is an okay rule. It's just as an American, it's frustrating, but like it's no pink flamingos allowed. There's a community in Texas that banned pink flamingos as lawn ornaments, and I'm like, well, yeah, I mean that's weird.
I'd be okay with that.
That's why I'm fine. This one is the one that we were talking about cutting grass. This one is there's an HOA in Florida. It is required every Tuesday you have to cut your grass, regardless of the weather. You have to cut it on Tuesday, every Tuesday. If you don't, you will be fined.
How much?
It doesn't say. I don't have that much information. I'm sure it's very
probably like
hush-hush.
$100 or something like that. But
And you don't have to cut your grass?
No, you have to cut your grass.
What are you supposed
Someone
to do
else
if it's
can cut it?
raining?
No, you have to cut it, and you have to do it on Tuesday. No one else
Even
can
if-
cut it.
Even if it's raining.
Even if it's raining.
See, this
Snow,
is what I'm
rain,
talking
shine,
about.
doesn't matter.
This is where the pettiness in David just comes out. Because if I had that kind of rule, I would wait for it to be raining, and then I would just leave the biggest ruts all through my yard. And then I would just look at the president and go, "You did this."
Yeah. It has to be, like, to get to that point, there had to be some shady stuff happening or just a lot of drama
I
for
think
them to get to the point like, that's it! Every Tuesday, rain or shine, we're cutting the grass!
a lot of it has
What
to
did
do
it have
with
to do to get to that point?
it's people. Well, a lot of it is people who they have an ounce of authority and it goes to their head. So
Barney
then they
Fife,
start. It's
HOA.
like because yes, it's like the Barney Fife syndrome. Here's another one that was no swing sets for homes with young children. An HOA in Colorado once banned swing sets in homes with young children, arguing that the equipment would decrease property values and disrupt the neighborhood's serene atmosphere. Can you
Okay,
imagine being a kid and growing up and be like, "Hey, does anyone want to come to my house to play?" And then being like, "No, because we can't do anything other than sit
That's
there
terrible.
and look at the grass." Hold on. I had this one that was insane. Let me find it. Why is it loading? Here. Let me. Where is it? Okay. These are hilarious. I don't have any other like statistical information on any of the ones that I'm about to tell you, other than what the information they're giving me is. But this is funny. There's a garage sale dress code.
Yes, I saw that.
In one homeowner's
Time
neighborhood,
out.
there are two set garage sales each year, one in April and the other in September. Additionally,
Yes.
anyone who wants to participate must wear polos and khakis. Isn't that crazy? Can you imagine?
That's-
that sounds like
How
the beginning of
would
a
it-
horror movie.
Yes, I
Yes.
know. Wouldn't this be like a cult? Like you drive into a neighborhood and
for
everyone's
sure.
just staring at you wearing the same thing?
What in the world? What are they
Like
selling?
every house? Yeah.
They
Here's
just got
a-
like, there's just like,
This one is so funny.
just like
this is
clocks
funny.
or porcelain dolls sitting in
Yeah.
the front yard. They're staring at you in their blue polo with khakis. Just like,
Imagine being the rebel and you wear jeans. And you'd be like, that'd be funny.
What, are you gonna get fined if you go to the yard
Yes.
sale or the
No,
garage
if
sale?
you're-
You
no,
will
no,
get
no.
fined.
I don't know if it's going to the yard sale because they can't, because anyone can go to the yard sale. It is if you are selling something. They essentially they want you to dress like an employee.
that's ridiculous.
What?
Isn't that weird?
I want to punch him in the face.
Hey, this one's worse. So brace yourselves.
Okay.
Ready? No towel sharing. The same person also said their neighborhood
I
forbade
agree.
towel
Oddly
sharing at the pool. Any
Oddly
person
enough-
seen without a towel of their own
Not-
would be
not
fined
against it.
$25.
Not against it. I say, you
know?
know what? Let's think about how they came to this conclusion. All right, let's just think of the steps that had to be taken for them to say the line's here.
Yeah, there was an outbreak of sorts.
Lines were
Yeah.
crossed.
There was
Yeah, everyone in the community had athlete's foot, so we decided that no more doing this.
Why'd your mic just get really
you
loud?
just got crazy loud. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
you
Is it still loud?
You're the main character.
yeah
Oh.
you just went from like
You were
I think
him.
I might have yelled too
Whoa.
loud.
Well, no, it's still loud.
no, dude, you're
Are
literally
you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man,
I
you're
didn't.
like
I didn't do anything different.
you're
The
amped up.
HOA rules just say that you can't do that.
All
I mean, we'll just roll with it. Keep it moving.
right. Well, I guess
Dustin,
adjust it
I
later.
saw
Yes.
one. It says 3 nights and you're out.
Yes,
one
I know
HOA
exactly.
forbade any guest from staying more than 2 nights, but during the holiday season, the rule allowed for three consecutive nights
Yes.
for Christmas
Isn't
time.
that
I'm sorry.
you
Wait,
can't
wait,
have
wait. All right,
guests
hold
at
on,
your
hold on, hold on,
house.
hold on. So let me. All right. So if someone visits me, they're only allowed to be at my house for 2 nights.
yes? 3
But if
during the
it's-
holidays.
Okay. All right. But what if? Okay.
I would start
What if you're
celebrating every holiday.
Now
No
listen.
shack up. They're trying
Okay.
to cut down on shacking up.
So what if my mother-in-law visits for a week?
That's benefit to you.
Sorry,
love
just
my-
can't come over.
I love my mother-in-law, but the joke has to be said. You can't let that
Must
let
be.
that one
It
lie.
needs to
Yeah.
be made.
That
Someone's
had
got
to-
to
yeah.
do it.
That would have
Someone's
been
gotta do
a
it.
disservice to the community. There's
Ah.
another community with a similar rule where people are allowed to stay, but there's an overnight guest fee. If your guest
How
is
would they
staying
know?
overnight, the HOA demands a $10 fee for overnight guests and an additional $5 if the guest uses a parking spot.
How would they know?
Yeah. What's
Well, I mean, the one, I guess, if they saw a car that wasn't someone that had lived there, and then the other thing, I mean, really think about it. It's probably just a bunch of old retired people with nothing better to do who would probably have been Nazi Turner-inners back
they're
in the day.
trying to cut down
Turner-inners.
on undesirables also moving in.
No, but like, what if? All right, let's
Yeah,
say.
but the problem
let's
is
say we
there's
moved
no-
in different,
there's no,
in different
like-
states. Cameron comes and visits me, and I'm like,
If you're
"Dude,
in an
they're not
HOA,
gonna
though,
let-
you're not going
they're
to
not
have
gonna let you-
undesirables move in because if you're paying all these fees every month, like it's usually that kind of stuff weeds
Well,
out the riffraff.
logistically, I'm genuinely trying to figure this out. So let's say I live in another state.
Okay.
Cameron, you guys both come to visit, right?
Which would not happen because we live in the same state and we don't visit. So
True. Even yeah. So
What state are you living in?
I'm choosing
I guess it had to be Georgia.
Minnesota. I don't know. What does it matter?
Do we live in
definitely.
Delaware?
Definitely not coming to visit you.
Yeah, I'm definitely not moving to Minnesota.
I wouldn't mind coming up there. They have some neat stuff going on. Probably.
So anyway,
Minnesota?
all right. So you guys come visit, and I'm like, dude, they're not gonna let me have these guys visit for more than 2 days.
That
So
is insane.
so ready? I sneak you guys into my house. You guys, like I pick you up from the airport, and you come to my house. Who is going to know that you guys are in my house?
Probably a gated community with security.
How would they know?
You
Gonna
pull up
check
to
the
the thing
trunk?
and they just check inside the windows. It'd be the same as like getting on post. Like if you're like in the army. Every time I had to go on post in Fort Benning, they would check all the windows to make sure no one else was in the car other than me. And if they suspected someone was in the trunk of any car, they would open it.
Okay,
Because some
that's
people
a
try to sneak
military-
people
that's a
on post, like
military
friends
base.
or whatever. Right, but what I'm saying is, if
I'm
in
gonna
this-
tell
an
Jim
HOA
Bob to
also
shut
includes,
up and take his wrinkly self back to his own yard.
Have you ever been
Jim
to?
Bob with his radio.
Have you? Do you know of the Shell Homes community in Millsboro? I can't think of the name. I think it's
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Peninsula or something.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is
familiar.
enormous. It is like a legit, like a large town,
Mhm.
all incredibly every house there is multi-million dollars.
Mhm.
And it is gated. It's a gated community with armed security at the gate that checks everyone in, and they have armed security like their own police force roaming the entire grounds constantly. So it would probably be an HOA like that would enforce this overnight guest fee. I'm imagining, because otherwise it would be really hard to enforce unless you had old people in your window with binoculars looking to see who was in there, or knocking on your door and refusing to leave until you opened it.
Just checking up.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
away. But here's
like,
like so here's
the Gustavo.
here's
Yeah,
the-
exactly.
Like I've heard like how like HOAs, like the HOA board gets a copy of a key to your house.
I'm sure
that
some do.
feels. I'm sure they do. That just feels wrong. That feels
Like
so wrong.
they get a key to your house, and they can come in your house when they want, but they have to.
No,
I
I don't
think-
know about that one.
No. Because I looked it up. They said that
You, brother,
They-
you.
they have a key to your house. They can come into your house, but they have to give you a notice. And in some HOAs, it's a 24-hour notice. Some HOAs say it has to be a week's notice. But if the HOA board says we're going to come into your house to inspect some things to make sure that you're not doing
Well,
any kind of work on your house or anything like that, they could be like, we're coming tomorrow, and then they
My-
just come to your house.
counter bylaw would be I will give you a 20-second heads up before I shoot you when you enter my
Right.
house.
But this
Yeah.
is like this weird like communist HOA.
Now here's the deal, just so we can lay this out. If you, as much as we can hate on HOAs, and I do hate HOAs, I think they're awful.
We could do
If
it.
you buy a
Sure.
house in the community knowing there's
dumb.
an HOA and
Yeah.
you sign that,
It's
like
your fault.
then
It's your fault.
you have nothing to argue.
Well,
You have to
Naively,
like you,
I can see how you would do that and not really. Dude, when you're
Understand
buying a
how bad
house,
it's
you know how
gonna
much
be.
paperwork. You
yeah.
all
There's a
know
lot
this.
of paperwork.
There's a lot of paperwork, and they're talking to you, and you're like,
Yeah.
you know,
Now, not everything I would say would fall into that category, because obviously some of it they're trying to sneak by you.
Yeah, and
Like
they're not going to
this.
tell you how Tina from the HOA board is going to come and measure your grass and make sure that you cut it short enough. They're just going
Yeah.
to tell you, like, hey, look, we got a new pickleball court. Like
Yeah.
they're
No, they're gonna put everything in the
all
fine print once you sign.
all the 55 and older people in the community get together Tuesday afternoons and play bocce ball down at the park. They're not going to tell you that
Yeah.
that your
Let me
shutters
tell
aren't
you-
allowed to be gray.
A
yeah, a lot of
crazy
houses
story.
that I have worked on, the houses they have to go through a big inspection process to make sure
Yeah.
they're the same style or type. It can only be like three different styles of houses with certain colors approved, and I just don't know why people would want to live in that.
It
I
sounds
read one
horrible.
where it said you can only have 15 pounds of pet.
Yes, I know exactly which one you're
Wait,
talking
time out.
about.
You can only have
You're-
what?
15 pounds of
15
pet. So
pounds of pet.
either a collective 15 pounds amongst various small pets, or one pet that is no more than 15 pounds.
That's a small dog.
It's
Or
very
a
small dog.
bunch of hamsters.
Or you could have an
Or-
army of
or-
mice.
Or
Bro, you could have an army of mice.
or a butt ton load of goldfish.
You could, you could,
And then
have fun with
unleash it into the pond.
No, you know what you
It's
do?
at the-
You know what you do?
what?
You buy 15 pounds of spiders,
Ugh, no, I am not doing
And-
it. I'm getting
and
15 pounds of
then-
snakes.
and then you release them on the president of the HOA's house.
Yeah.
Piranhas.
And then walk into his house and shove a whole stick of butter in his mouth and say, "Eat this, you fatty."
That's also an option.
Mhm.
Did you see this one where it's no dawdling allowed? One unhappy member posted that the garage door could only be open for 5 minutes or less.
Yep.
Any longer, they were in violation of the HOA rule. Not ideal for car enthusiasts on a hot day.
Isn't that crazy?
Like-
You'd have to make sure. I mean, 5 minutes isn't that long.
5 minute
So
garage
if
door
you
rule.
don't do it immediately, like if you're trying to get stuff in and out, like you're
There's some where you're not
There's-
allowed to park in your driveway.
Yeah.
You're
You have
like
to
there's
park in your
cars.
garage.
You
Yeah.
have to park. You're not allowed
Nothing
to have
can
a
be in the
car
driveway.
in the garage in the driveway. Nothing can be in
anything
the
on the
driveway.
driveway. It's got to be
Like
empty.
if you have a visitor, they can't park in your driveway.
Would
They
they
can
park on the road?
street. Yeah.
They have to park on the street because nothing can be in the driveway.
Why? What's the point of that?
I don't know.
You don't
because-
even own your. You're not even the king of your own castle.
No, you're the king of nothing.
No doubt, dude.
Here's a crazy
You
story.
buy a house on property, and then you're not allowed to do what you want with the property.
That's
Listen,
terrible.
the past 2 years I've been going to war with the county over permits. You think I can handle an HOA?
No,
Permits are stupid.
there
Dude.
was a story I read.
hate
This isn't the
permits,
story I was
dude.
going to tell you, but there's a story that I was
You had
reading.
to get one for your addition, right?
I had to get one for the addition. I had to
And the
get one
pool.
for the pool.
That was probably the pool is worse than the addition. I bet.
I had to get one, yes, because there was so much stuff about the.
Just put a gate and stuff.
The pool had to be a certain height in order for me to not need a gate or a railing around the
Right,
pool.
right,
and all
right.
this. It was, and it had to be a certain amount of feet off of the property line and near any other, and a certain amount of feet away from any other.
Do you want a deck around that pool?
Yeah, me and my dad are gonna build steps that lead from the patio to like a platform that'll lead into the pool.
I just
But
built a
after-
big deck around the pool. I'll send you a picture. You put it
After-
up
Talking
here.
about the one on Gallus Road.
Mhm.
After the nonsense of permits for the pool and stuff like that, I looked at my dad and I said, I have an 8-foot privacy fence. I'm gonna do whatever I want in my backyard, and if anybody from the county shows up, I'm going to politely give them 30 seconds to leave.
Yeah, and then ask them, how did you even know I was doing the thing you're saying I'm doing?
Right.
Yep. So
Were you looking
yeah,
over
I
my
have an
fence?
8-foot privacy fence. I'm about to do whatever I want. Hold on, I gotta
Yep.
let this.
And I have a
You guys
12 gauge
continue
privacy
talking.
gun too.
Dustin, you've talked about killing people twice today.
HOA gets me fired up.
But you want to shoot someone?
Yesterday I was fired up about flat Earth, and now I'm fired up about this.
How do I
So- How do you what?
How do I share something on the screen?
I don't know how to do it on the phone
It's an
or on the
iPad.
iPad. There should be, at least on my screen, at the bottom of the screen, there's an option that says share with an arrow pointing up. You click that, and then click screen, and then you pick which thing you want to share. I don't know how that would work for you. I don't know if it's going to be any different or not. I have an interesting story to share. This is I feel like is actually really crazy. I don't know all the details. Maybe there's a part of it where they're at fault, but none of it really seems like it. There was an interview from
There you go, David.
CNBC from a year ago, talking about how homeowners associations took over American
nice.
neighborhoods. That's cool.
Wait a minute. You're not done yet.
How long
I'll
do you
share
think you
it.
do that?
A week. Look at the slats,
Mm.
but it was like 30 by 15.
Do you wrap around the whole pool
I
or just the
moved the
sides?
electric for
It,
that.
30 by 15 is not the whole pool, but it was 30 feet long. It went around like a quarter of the pool.
Okay.
But- Yeah. I was gonna say if you need it, I think that costs. I mean, if you wanted a deck, we can do that, but you have a patio, so it doesn't matter.
We talked about running steps from the patio and then making the steps potentially curve around the pool
Mm-hmm.
that lead up to like a platform. But like the steps will come off the patio and then they'll curve around the pool, kind of like a
You
spiral.
should put a
step.
bounce house around the pool.
Hey now, did you? Oh wait, I have a story about bounce houses, but we need to finish HOA stuff.
Look, at least let me tell. I have one more story to tell.
I
Yeah, no, go
really
ahead.
wish
I
I
don't care.
had a HOA story, but I don't.
I have one.
I just have always heard about how
The
awful
terrible
they
things
are.
about them.
Yes.
This is a really crazy one. So this is from an interview from a year ago from CNBC. This is on YouTube, but I'm sure they have it on their actual website. There was a couple that moved into a community in Newnan, Georgia, and I'm assuming this is right after they closed in the house. Found out that the house had an HOA fee balance that was on it because the house had sat for so long before someone had bought it. So even though no one was living there, every month that property accrued more HOA fees
I see
until
where this
these
is going.
people
There's
bought
no
it.
chance. There's
Isn't-
no way.
So they ended up having to pay $6,300 in fines and fees because no one had bought the house in a couple years. No one had lived there.
I'm not paying fees on a house I didn't own.
Yes. And they reached out to the HOA for years to fight it, but they couldn't get in contact with anybody in the HOA. No one ever returned their calls or emails. They ended up going to court over.
Oh
Huh?
my god!
Isn't that insane? No. So I didn't finish. I was watching the video
They
when I
could-
started
they
with David,
could.
so I didn't finish it. But
How can you pay your HOA fees if you can't get in touch with the HOA?
they ended the HOA exactly. So that was like they couldn't get in touch with the HOA, and they were paying the
bro.
regular monthly
There's
fees,
no
but
chance.
they just had not paid the fees before the house
previous.
because Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
because they're like, we're not doing that. That's ridiculous.
there's no way.
But the HOA
No.
would not get back with them at all on anything, and then the HOA put a lien on their house because they hadn't paid the balance that was due from before they had purchased the house.
After they didn't get on them, like
Yeah.
after they wouldn't even respond to them.
Yes, the only thing that they sent them was a lien.
I'm telling you.
Well, you know,
if something like that
Mr.
happened-
Waters, Mr. Waters was the president of his HOA, and he had to do stuff like that. Like everyone, like certain people weren't paying certain stuff, and it was
Yeah.
not unreasonable, but they just wouldn't pay. So he had to like put a lien on someone's house, I think, because it was
Yeah.
thousands of dollars backed up. But like it's just like one dude who has to like take the responsibility of doing it. Like
listen.
like he didn't want to, but like
Now, if I wasn't holding my end of the bargain, then that's on me. But if I went to buy a house and they were saying, "Here is this $6,300 that is on the house that you need to pay," I'm not paying that, and we can go to
Yeah.
court
No.
about it. And if I lose in court, guess what? It has just became my life's goal to ruin your life.
To ruin your life.
I'm
about
just
this.
my entire goal. Like I'm dedicating every bit of my willpower and every minute of my time to just mess up. I'm gonna get your
Absolutely.
kids expelled out of school. Like
Yeah.
I'm going all out.
that's reasonable though.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
go-
someone look
Turn
up
it to a Marvin Heemeyer.
someone look up the it's one of the best ones I've seen where the HOA was telling this guy or the town, I think it's HOA, was telling him he couldn't have his boat in his driveway.
hmm
And so he pushed it inside of the fence and then had the fence go across it.
Yeah.
And then painted the boat on the fence.
On the fence, yeah.
And it looked like it. It's
I do. I
popular.
think I've seen. Yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen that. I have seen that.
That's hilarious.
Let me see if I can find.
I can't
that.
share my screen.
So I know I have. There's two stories I know of. I think I might have told one on here already, but there was a guy here in Delaware who was part of an HOA, and he went to put solar panels on the roof of his house, and the HOA were like, "You can't do that. You're not allowed." So he took had the solar panels took off the roof, and what he did is he had a structure built in his yard.
Look at
That's
that guy.
so funny.
So you
That's
can
so
see
funny.
here. This is the painting, and then this is the actual boat.
Dude, that's the only way you can hit. That's the only way you can deal with HOAs.
Yeah, you have to be as petty as they are.
But this guy, so he took the solar panels and he built this metal. It was like a metal structure that went up in his yard, and it was so tall. It was taller than his house. And then,
Can we find it?
oh, I don't know. This was like a forever ago in Delaware, and the only reason I know is because this was in Newark. This was in Newark, Delaware. But it was like a structure that he built. He put it on his property, so where it was like it was kind of like it looked almost like a sphere. And he built this thing, and it was like the solar panels were like in a sphere, and that it went just above the roof of his house. And then he was just like, okay.
Spent thousands of dollars
Yeah.
extra. I mean, so much money just to
I mean,
win.
Trump did that. You've heard the story about the flagpole.
No.
On one of his properties, he went to put a flagpole up with an American flag, and the flagpole was like crazy tall. And they were like, you can't do that. Your flagpole can't be that tall. Your flagpole can only be like, I forget like how tall a flagpole's allowed to be. But let's say 20 feet tall, right? That's as tall as your flagpole's allowed to be. And he was like, but I want my flag to be this high. And they were like, we can't do that. Your flagpole can only be 20 feet. And he was like, okay. So he spent like $1 million and then just had a bunch of dirt brought in, and he built a hill
around it.
Yeah, he built a hill, and then he put a 20-foot flagpole on top of the hill. So the flag was still as high as he wanted it.
I would like to see a picture of that too.
Yeah, that one will be easy to find, the Donald Trump flagpole. But I have a story. I had a run-in with the guy at HOA at work. I was marking out I was in Middletown.
Yeah. Yes.
And I was marking out all these gas lines, and this was last winter. And the guy was like, HOA president comes up to me and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm marking out these gas lines because they're doing a bunch of work here in the development." And he's like, "Well, what are all these flags here for?" And I was like, "So that people know where the gas lines are. Like, that's what we do. We paint the mark, and then we put a flag on the mark so that everybody can know where it's at." And he goes, "Well, those flags are ugly. They got to get out of here." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Could I get in legal trouble for removing these flags?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then he was like, I said, "But I'll give you a heads up. If you remove these flags, next week they're going to call me back out here, and I'm just going to have to do all this again." And then he was like, "But can I get in legal trouble for removing these flags?" I was like, "I don't think you can get in legal trouble. And what I'm about to do is I'm going to finish my job here. I'm going to take pictures of my job so that I have proof that I did my job the right way." I was like, "You can do whatever you want after that." I was like, "But just know, it's supposed to snow this weekend." I was like, "So the paint is going to be covered by snow. That's why we put flags up." I was like, "So if the snow covers the paint and somebody starts digging and they hit your gas main and then your whole development doesn't have gas, I want you to remember this day." And remember this conversation that we're having. And he was like, "That's fine." So I finished the job, and then I moved down to another section of the development, and sure enough, about 20 minutes after I finished that job, he drove his car over there, and he was picking all the flags out of everybody's yard.
What in the world?
That's just insane. People are lunatics.
I didn't understand. I was like, there are red and blue and green and orange and yellow and orange lines all over everyone's yard. But you're upset about these little flags, which they're not big. The flags are like this big.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And he was ate up about these flags. And I was like, "All right, dude." I was like, "If it snows though," and
It's like he's thinking, yeah, these are permanent.
I
These
know.
stay here forever, right? These are. It's part of the property now. Like, come on, dude.
Dude, people do get kind of weird about it. There was another job I was at, and they were doing a leak survey for Sharp Energy, and I was painting out all the gas and stuff in this development, and it was a huge development. It was going to take us like a week and a half or 2 weeks to get this done. And I went out there the next day, and two old guys, not together but like separate occasions, came up to me, and they were like, "So, man, that paint's hard to get rid of, huh?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, they were like, "Yeah, cut the grass, watered it just to wash the paint off." I was like, "Well, don't do that." "Why would you do that?" I was like, "I just did this yesterday." I was like,
Yeah.
"Nobody, like, we haven't even begun working out here. What do you?"
Don't get rid of the paint.
They were like, "Yeah, no. I tried for like 2 hours to get those yellow marks off my lawn." I was like, "Well, stop." I was like, "Bro, in 2 weeks your grass is gonna grow. You're gonna cut the grass. They're gonna be gone. You don't have to worry about it at all."
And I'm assuming that these are all people of older variety. Yeah. Nothing better to do.
Mm-hmm.
He said so. that grass, that paint's hard to get up, huh? Huh?
Yeah, I was like, bro, dude, I spent 6 hours painting this out yesterday. Stop. You're
That's
making
good.
my life hard for no reason. If you just wait,
Golly.
if you just
God.
wait 10 days, it'll go away.
Old
I
men are
had
funny. That's funny.
Yeah, but those are my HOA stories.
I've had
things where I couldn't start
one
work
more.
until 8:30. Sound stuff. I've had people tell me I can't park where I'm parked. I've had people. I've told some of those stories. Um, yeah. I had that one lady, closest thing I probably ever had to it was that lady at the DMV where I parked in between.
Oh,
I
that
I
was
took
funny.
2 car spots because I had my truck and trailer, and I parked in between two. And she was giving me a hard time. Excuse me, sir. What am I supposed to do? I can't step over your hitch, and I don't want to walk around. And I'm like, you're joking, right? I was laughing. I was like, you're joking, right? And she's like, no. I'm like, well, you're a Karen. She's like, what do you mean, I'm not a Karen? I'm like, well, don't talk to me about taking where am I supposed to park? You tell me where to park. Well, I have to walk around, and it's very inconvenient. I'm like, you wasted more time talking to me than I mean, but by the time you took to say something to me, you walked over here to tell me that you had to walk around my truck and keep walking. I parked at the end of the parking lot. Like I wasn't up close, I was at the very end, like at the back of Walmart, like that type of.
Yeah.
And she was upset that I took 2 parking spots and
Well,
she had to
how
walk.
about you don't do that
She had
then?
a straight line. And you know how like the cars, there's like a lot in between the cars. You
Yeah.
can walk in between them sometimes. And so she had to alter her path because I parked at the very end. It was probably the closest car to me was I don't know, 50 yards circle, like 50 yards, like nothing around me. That was something. And then someone else pulled up and did the exact same thing I did. And I was like, go get him. Go get him.
That's people are
Same.
crazy, dude.
I called her a
I'm
Karen. I was on the phone
looking-
with Dad.
What are you looking for?
As you should have. I'm
I
looking
remember
for
that story when you
the,
were telling it, and I couldn't believe that someone was actually complaining about something so just absurd.
I'd like to figure out what episode that was because I'd like to hear the actual story because I remember when I told it.
That would have been early on. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I have another story. This isn't as interesting, I don't feel like, as the other one I was talking about, but it's pretty crazy. This next horror story comes from Fairfax, Virginia, and as is often the case, it begins with something small. A political yard sign that was 4 inches wider than the community rules allowed. Like a whoever for president sign. This small battle led to problems between the homeowners and the HOA over a roof and a deck because the HOA was trying to get back at the people for their yard sign. So as opposed to just dropping that, they were like, well, your roof and deck is also out of reg or whatever. The animosity and bickering escalated, resulting in a legal battle that eventually drained $400,000 from the HOA's coffers. Suddenly, bankrupt, the HOA was forced to sell the large common area in the middle of the community that gave the community its name and served as its emotional heart. All because of a 4-inch difference.
Mm.
So
what I was gonna hope was that the homeowner bought the built the place or bought the place and like put a big old political sign in there.
That would have been funny. That's not hilarious. But
as
isn't
far
that,
as
like,
the
ridiculous?
As far as the Trump flagpole story, I couldn't find where he built the hill. But apparently Trump and flagpoles is a common thing because there's multiple stories of him putting up like a 70 or 80 foot flagpole and then getting fined for it. And what he does is he goes, all right, well, he's like $1,000 is chump change. And then he lets his bill rack up to like $120,000, and then he goes to court, and instead of paying the $120,000 to the fine, he moves it down to a 30-foot flagpole, and he gives that money to like the veterans or something like that. And he's done it like multiple times, it looks like.
That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That
like,
is exactly what I want in my president.
he's got a thing for flags.
Yes.
Your audio is behind your actual video, David,
Mine is?
Yep.
by like a second and a half.
So dumb.
Yeah, pretty dumb.
I'm sure it'll all sync up once we start getting the video together.
That was a good topic. Good job, Dustin. I guess we'll wrap her up there. But good job, all your research.
I did my best. I came prepared.
This is what we should start doing. We should start giving Dustin a topic like 2 days ahead of time.
I can do some research. Yeah, you liked it.
Get this scratch.
Mountain Man Dustin over here.
Does anyone want to see what I got today with my tool account money?
Yes.
No hesitation. Camera's like, yes.
We need to start asking our listeners what they want to listen to, what they want.
Yeah.
What do the people want?
Send in some topic ideas at calmdownitsfine@gmail.com. What do you want us to talk about? What do you want Dustin to research and tell us about? What do you... and always remember...
You did not create me to worry.
No, you didn't.
Look at this bad boy. So it's a cordless shop vac that takes the Milwaukee batteries, but it's their fuel, so it's more powerful, and it's the pack-out enabled one, so it locks into the other pack-out toolboxes that you have.
That's really cool.
And I was testing out today. It is crazy because the guy I work with has the regular version of this, and it is infinitely quieter than his. Like, it almost, you can't even tell the vacuum is on other than when you put your hand on the actual hose. But it also has so much more suction power than the regular vacuum. Like, you can like suck up rocks and gravel and it's pretty amazing.
Were you doing that today?
I was just testing around. But and it just snaps on my toolboxes. Like,
That's cool.
That's just its spot. Like, it's pretty cool.
No, I
it's
like that
It's
stuff.
cordless. There's no cords. It's cordless. It's pretty cool.
All right, I'm checking to see if DeWalt has a version of that.
Do they?
Let me check. You're gonna find it before I do. I'm gonna be mad. I'm checking out. Yes, they do.
They do. Oh
It's-
my gosh, it's so much more expensive.
$450.
How much did you get
Oh wait,
yours
that's
for?
hold on, that's not a vacuum. That's a dust extractor for like woodworking.
Yeah. Which,
'Cause that's
Dustin,
what I
how
was
does that work when you, like, it turns on when you hit your
Yes.
power?
It's all
How
synced.
does it do that?
This probably has some sort of a wireless controller that you plug in series with whatever tool you're using, or it might have a way of syncing to it if it's like another DeWalt cordless tool. He did it. He held true to his word.
The sound of the music was just the perfect
Was-
rate.
yes.
The perfect.
I wish
Just-
we hadn't noticed until we heard the music. That would have made it funnier. Just talking about the wallet in the background. Just,
Start talking about tools and Dustin.
I don't.
All right,
I don't
I'm gonna
think-
head out.
I don't think DeWalt has a vacuum version.
They
I think
don't.
just have this dust collector.
They don't.
Well, and then there's something.
Dustin, back on topic.
I'm too autistic to leave it. I have to finish my thoughts.
No, they don't. I'm checking.
I can't breathe.
But this is a.
Ugh.
I don't understand. This is 60 volt.
That'd be
so
a good clip, David.
Does DeWalt have 60 volt stuff too?
Can you send me the clips so I can post them on Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna name this episode Extortion.
Extortion and how we use it to pay our bills.
Mm-hmm.
Give us your money.
Oh man. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, I already have the vacuum. That the only one they really have, cordless one, and it's not that great. But is what it is. All right, fellas, I'm gonna get off here.
All right.
Love y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes,
love.
sir.
Peace, love, hope, and dope.
Cool.
Someone want to give the gospel?
After you've peace, love, hope, and dope.
I forgot about the gospel.
That is the gospel.
The gospel is peace, love, hope, and dope.
A living hope.
Well, the Bible says, Romans chapter number 3, verse number 10, it says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." Sorry, Dustin sent me a message, and I saw it, and it's timing. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. The world will tell you, religion will tell you that there's many ways to heaven, that you can earn your way to it. But the truth of the matter is you can never earn your way to it. You can never be good enough, and religion is lying to you. But God made it super, super simple, because if it was any more complicated, we would mess it up, as we've proven with religion. But whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. All you need to do is ask the Lord to save you from your sin, and he will do so. If you have any questions about that, feel free to email in at calmdownitsfine@gmail.com. Also, like, subscribe, follow us on social media, hit us up on YouTube.
And don't trust your HOA for salvation.
No, if you have HOA horror stories, send those in. Cameron can read those and then read them
We'll
on the podcast.
tell you if you're right or wrong.
And then email in topic suggestions, things you want us to talk about, things you want us to look into. Give us some more ideas of what to do on the podcast. And
unless you're Jesse Clark or Aaron Black, and then just
and hopefully in the next couple weeks we can get the fourth man. The fourth man on the podcast.
The fourth man in the fire.
Yeah, Kaz.
We need the fourth man in the fire with us, I'll tell you that.
And he's as son of the gods?
Yep.
That's what it says in my Bible. All right.
That's nice.
All
Who
right.
do you think the fourth man was? What do you think Nebuchadnezzar was saying? Was seeing there, bud?
A son of the gods?
You think he saw a son of the god? You think a random god was a person was in there?
I mean, that's what the NIV says.
Okay. You're stupid.
I'm thinking Zeus.
No doubt. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. We were just.
Cooper Flag is a beast, by the way.
What did you say?
Cooper Flag is tearing it up right now. All right. Peace. Calm down. It's fine.
Calm down, it's fine. Take it step by step. We're sitting on the couch, laughing at the missteps. Cam, David, and Dustin guiding our ride. Embrace the absurd, let the good